would throw a rain of ki balls at Goku. He would dodge them by moving from side to side, but after a few seconds, he could no longer do it. Goku would receive all the other attacks, creating a sequence of explosions on him. "It's time to die," Zamos exclaimed when he threw himself at Goku, but someone would come kicking his neck, interrupting his step. "Damn it!" Zamos shouted when he fell to the ground. "Vegeta!" Goku said, amazed. Goku was surprised to see a Vegeta with the Potara armpits on. "Vegeta, you are the fusion of two versions of you," Goku responded, happy. "I knew that no matter in what timeline this happens, you could not do it alone," Vegeta declared. "After all, he is still a low-class warrior." "Vegeta." Zamos snapped out of himself. "Kakarot, we do not waste time." Vegeta would take one of the Potara armpits and he would give it to Goku. Zamos had no time to avoid it. Goku and Vegeta would merge, appearing an improved Vegito. "Now, yes, it's your end," Vegito remarked when he transformed into Super Saiyan Blue. Vegeta would reach Zamos, and both would begin to force. Their strength seemed to be the same. "You are a disgusting worm," Zamos said, furious. Zamos would manage to make fun of the grip and would kick Vegeta, throwing him away. Then Zamos, he would create a Keyblade and go after Vegito. Even so, Vegeta would dodge each of the attacks. At one point, Vegeta would take Zamos from the doll and would force the Keyblade, disappearing it completely. "You are nothing, Zamos," Vegito muttered. Vegeta would hit Zamos, throwing him away. Then he would throw a Ki Ray that would directly impact him. Vegito would go with everything toward Zamos, but this would disappear at the last moment. "Where did he get?" Vegito would ask. Vegito would receive a kick in the back that would make him fall to the ground. "Zamos!" Vegito noted, furious. "Do you think you can defeat me just with that? Remember that you are in front of a god belonging to dozens of timelines." Zamos smiled. "I guess it will be better to end this once and for all," Vegito said. Vegito would scream, raising his ki to the maximum. Then he would advance his hands to make the final flash. He would accumulate ki in them, and he would take them back as if it were the Hamehameha. "Final Hamehameha!" Vegito would scream to launch his attack toward Zamos. After that confrontation with Broly, everything seemed to go normally on Earth, until suddenly something strange would happen. On Earth, a strange event would be happening. A gray fog covered everything in its path. All over the planet, our friends would be looking for answers, since the plants were dying. Also, the insects and some small animals. At one point, Bulma was studying all the data of the Earth on her computer. Goku and Vegeta would come to talk to her. "Bulma, could you find out something?" Goku would ask. "Nothing. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just sure that the whole Earth is being affected," Bulma answered. Suddenly, Bulma would receive a call through her communicator. It was about Jaco. "Jaco, what do you want? I'm busy," Bulma continued. "I guess you're investigating a fog that's threatening life on Earth," Jaco snapped. "Hey, how do you know?" Bulma would ask. "Because it's not just on Earth, it's in the whole galaxy," Jaco said. "How can a simple fog attack the whole galaxy? That doesn't make sense," Bulma furiously would answer. "Bulma, listen to him. Maybe he knows something," Goku declared. "Well, that's what we know. From the Galactic Patrol, we are receiving reports from every corner of the galaxy on this subject," Jaco would explain. "We have no idea what's going on either." "Heavens, I don't know what to do," Goku growled. "Well, we'll have to ask Whis and Beerus. They're the only ones who can know what's going on," Bulma remarked. On the planet of Beerus, the god of destruction was sleeping, while the angel would realize something unusual. "Wow, how strange," Whis commented. while he appreciated how the trees lost their leaves. Little by little, life on the planet would begin to fade while the fog became present. "Wow, it's been a long time since something like this happened," Whis responded. Whis's baculum would ring by Bulma's call. "Whis, we need your help," Bulma responded. "Is it about the fog that affects life?" "How do you know?" Bulma would ask. "Because I can also see it here, and I know what it's about," Whis exclaimed. "I'll wake up Beerus and we'll go to Earth." "Great!" Bulma exclaimed. Minutes later, Whis and Beerus would arrive on Earth. The god of destruction was still asleep, since he left as soon as he had woken up. "Wow, I hope it's something important. I'm very sleepy," Beerus responded. "Oh, Beerus, you don't remember anything I told you?" Whis replied. "Well, of course not. I told you I was sleeping on the way," Beerus responded, and then Bustus muttered. "Whis, please tell us what's going on," Bulma would ask. "Turns out that it seems that the god of death is in his last moments," Whis would explain. "God of death?" Goku exclaimed, confused. "I didn't know that existed." "Well, yes," Whis said. "In each universe there is a god of creation and a god of destruction. But without life and without death, nothing would make sense." "Wait, wouldn't that be a god of life?" Goku would ask. "Death is what makes the living alive. Without it, there is no life," Whis muttered. "That's how life exists. If there was no death, nothing would be alive," Beerus declared. "Hey, I see you very calm. Remember that you are also living beings," Bulma commented. "We are gods. We are not affected by that," Beerus said. "Beerus is right. The existence of the god of death affects mortals," Whis continued. "And why is that?" Goku would ask. "I don't know. Maybe the word mortal tells you something?" Beerus responded, making fun of Goku. "Oh, well, that makes sense," Goku remarked. "We have to find that god of death and see what happens," Vegeta exclaimed. "He's probably about to die and he hasn't found his successor," Whis exclaimed. "Well, we'll have to go see him. Find someone." "Where will it be?" Goku would ask. "Do you want to be a god of death?" Beerus asked. "What? No way! I prefer to continue being a Saiyan," Goku added. "I could be a Saiyan god of death," Whis replied. "It doesn't Kong me," Goku growled. "That suits Vegeta well." "Wow, you finally say something smart," Vegeta smiled. "Vegeta, do you really want to be a god of death?" Bulma would ask. "Well, my profile fits," Vegeta continued. "It's true. With how bitter you are to death, it won't mean anything to you." "Hey, show some respect," Vegeta continued. "Don't stress yourself, or you could die," Goku laughed. "Mr. Goku, this isn't the time for jokes," Whis growled. "Life can cease to exist just as you know it if you don't do something," Beerus remarked. "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take it so lightly," Goku replied. "Could you go find that god of death right now?" Impatient Bulma would ask. "Well, we'd have to go to hell," Whis continued. "I'm sure the god of death must be there, since that's his temple." Goku and Vegeta would be taken to hell by Whis and Beerus in search of the god of death. Goku would start coughing. Vegeta would be sleepy. "I don't feel well," Goku declared. "To be honest, neither do I," Vegeta commented. "If we don't hurry, they'll disappear," Whis commented. "What?" Goku answered, terrified. "If the god of death disappears, there won't be death."
"There won't be life. There won't be mortals," Beerus growled. "That means there won't even be souls left," Vegeta muttered. "You said it right." "I see you're more attentive than Mr. Goku," Whis noted. "See, you're good for nothing," Vegeta responded. A few minutes later, our friends would arrive at Hell, precisely at the temple of the god of death. "Here it is," Whis would point to the temple. "I haven't been here in a long time," Beerus answered. "Do you know the god of death?" Goku would ask. "Of course I do. When you have a problem with someone who unbalances hell, call me so I can destroy him," Beerus yelled. One of the tasks of the god of death is to avoid chaos in the world of the dead, Whis growled. If the dead escape, chaos will be unleashed in the world of the living. It's like when Dr. Mashihiro escaped from hell. Who? Beerus snapped. It was the ghost he destroyed when he tasted that food on Earth. Oh yeah, that one. I never knew how he escaped from hell. Honestly, I don't care, Beerus replied. Upon entering the temple, you would see the god of death lying on the ground. It can't be. We're late, Goku growled. If we had arrived late, you wouldn't be here, Whis declared. Whis would approach the god of death. He would try to assist him. Are you okay? Whis would ask. Something like that, the god of death remarked. How long, Takeo? Beerus continued. What's Takeo's name? Goku noted. I'm too old. Besides, someone has attacked me, and I haven't found a successor, Takeo remarked. I see 2 mortals have arrived. Before you die, please choose one to be your successor, Whis said. I'll be the god of death, Vegeta declared when taking a step forward. A man of great character and a lot of courage, Takeo replied. I'll give you the essence you need to be a god, and part of my memories so you can understand what you have to do. Okay, I'm ready, Vegeta responded. Vegeta, congratulations, you will be a god of death, Goku continued. Shut up, Vegeta noted. Takeo would put an expression, something he didn't like about Vegeta, and it was his arrogance. Takeo would sit down. With the few forces he had left, he would create a mysterious energy ball in his hands. What is that? Goku would ask. It's his essence, Whis yelled. The essence of a god of death. Come on, hurry up, Vegeta noted. Vegeta may be about to die. Leave him alone, Goku muttered. I see. Takeo would think, in the end, I did everything I had to do to find the right one. Takeo would throw the energy ball at Vegeta, but by making contact with him, he would pass it on, as if he completely ignored him. But what? Vegeta said, confused. The energy ball would reach Goku. I can't believe it, Whis noted, amazed. No, why me? Goku would ask. Goku's body would begin to light up little by little. Then he would scream in pain. He felt too much energy in his body. Hey, what did you do? Vegeta shouted. Takeo looked upset with him. You are not worthy of being a god of death. You are too arrogant, Takeo commented. Takeo would faint. His body would turn ash and disappear. Goku would continue to scream in pain. The new power was overwhelming him. Kakarot, you're a damned bastard, Vegeta added. Whis and Whis would begin to distrust Vegeta. They didn't like his attitude at all. Have more respect. You're talking to a god of death, Whis growled seriously. What was missing? He still receives the support of the gods, Vegeta would think. Always under the shadow of Goku, and now he's a god. I'm fed up with this. Goku would fall on his knees. He regained his breath little by little. Heavens, that was intense. Does it feel good? Whis would ask. Goku's eyes would shine in a purple hue. For a moment. Then they would return to normal. Yes, I'm fine, Goku snapped. I imagine you must be proud. You took away from me the possibility of being a god, Vegeta exclaimed. First of all, it wasn't my fault. Second of all, being a god of death is not about playing to be important. It's a matter of responsibility, Goku muttered seriously. Maybe that's why Takeo rejected you as a god of death. What did you say? Vegeta would ask furiously. Goku and Vegeta's gazes did not separate from each other. Both observed with hatred. This will not be like this, Vegeta would think. I think it will be better to leave, Whis answered. Whis and Whis would return with Goku and Vegeta. The atmosphere was tense. Both Saiyans did not say a word. Upon arrival on Earth, Vegeta would leave without saying a single word. Vegeta, where are you going? Goku would ask, but Vegeta would ignore him and leave. I don't like Vegeta's attitude at all, Beerus muttered. Goku, you better be careful. No problem. It will pass, Goku declared. The important thing is that now everything will be fine. We'll have to go. If you have Enku's questions, call us, please. I shouted so. Remember that now he is a real god, and not only when he transforms into Super Saiyan Blue. Wait, wouldn't I have to live in hell? I would ask Goku. It would be more comfortable for you, but that is something that you will have to solve yourself, I explained, Whis. Just by existing, you are already maintaining the balance. Suffice to say that instead of being immortal, you will have great longevity. I exclaimed Beerus. Beerus and Whis would retire, leaving Goku on Earth. Everything seemed to go in order. Meanwhile, Vegeta would arrive at the Capsule Corporation. Vegeta, it was solved, I said Buluma. Don't bother me, I would answer Vegeta in a bad mood. Wow, you never change. I can't believe you talk to your own wife like that. I exclaimed Buluma is annoying. Where are the Dragon Balls? I would ask Vegeta seriously. They are saved. Why do you want them? I would ask Buluma. Not at all. I was just asking, I answered Vegeta as he moved away. Vegeta, is something wrong? I would ask Buluma, but Vegeta continued without saying anything else. Goku would arrive at his house and talk to Milt about his new position as God of Death. I can't believe it. Are you really a God of Death? I would ask Milt, surprised. Well, yes, I know it can be a little scary, but it was necessary to maintain the balance in the universe, I added Goku. Honey, I can't be more proud of you, I added Milt. You're a hero, and now I'm the wife of a god. Well, it's true, I yelled Goku, a little embarrassed. Kaioshin and Kibito would arrive at Goku's house. Mr. Goku, I just found out everything, I replied Kaioshin. Well, now we're colleagues, I replied Goku, shaking Kaioshin's hand. Wow, I never thought he would become a god, and less in such a short time. Well, let me congratulate him, I snapped Kaioshin. I imagine he will take over with the responsibility he deserves, I replied Kibito seriously. Of course, although the memories of the previous god of death are somewhat vague, I think I'll have to be training my mind for a while, I replied Goku. It seems perfect, I replied Kaioshin. On the planet of Beerus, the god of destruction was very worried. He didn't like Vegeta's attitude at all. I see him more serious than usual. Is he worried about Vegeta? I would ask Beerus. I'm worried about Vegeta because Takeo chose Goku instead of Vegeta, I growled Beerus.
I understand that Vegeta's arrogance is not worthy, but Goku, as a god of death, I don't know. I don't feel it according to the position. Maybe it would be better to be aware of the Earth, I replied Beerus, although I don't think Vegeta can do anything to Goku if he proposes it.
It's a matter of time for Goku's power to start elevating itself to be a god. Yes, that's true, I continued Beerus. Well, who knows? At any moment, Mr. Goku could beat him, I noted Beerus. Don't say nonsense, I shouted Beerus, furioso. On Earth, Vegeta was about to take the Dragon Balls. He would do it without Bulma noticing. Once he takes the 7, he would run away with them. I'll take care of Kakarot for stealing me the opportunity to be a god, I would think Vegeta. Vegeta would reach a mountain far from any civilization. It was still day, so I would decide to wait for the night in such a way as not to attract attention to others when asking for their wish, since every time Shenlong is called, the sky darkens. In the Capsule Corporation, Bulma would notice Vegeta's absence. Wow, that good-for-nothing disappeared again, I commented Bulma. He probably went to train there and wasn't even able to tell me what happened. Goku surely became a god of death and is eager to test his new powers. Goku was somewhere on Earth, far from everything. He was meditating to have more understanding of the memories that the previous god of death had left him. Now I can understand why Takeo rejected Vegeta. The power of a god of death does not go in strength. It goes in the abilities that one acquires, I would think Goku. Any being with some resentment could use this power to claim revenge and abuse power. Goku, I would listen to Goku's voice of Kaio-sama in his mind. Kaio-sama, is everything okay? I would ask Goku. You have to come right now, I replied Kaio-sama. Goku said another moment. I would arrive at Kaio-sama's planet. Oh my god! I shouted terrified Kaio-sama. When I meant that you should come as soon as possible, I didn't think you would literally do it. Yes, I'm sorry. The previous god of death knew how to do it, and now I do it as if I always knew how to do it. I responded, Goku. I imagine you are aware that now I am a god of death. Yes, of course I am aware. My position forces me to know everything that happens, I continued Kaio-sama. At least you are more attentive than the Kaioshin, I growled Goku. Goku, this is serious. Something strange happens in hell, I responded Kaio-sama. Tell me, I would ask Goku. Some souls in hell are escaping to the world of the living, and others escape from their prisons and wander through hell, I noted Kaio-sama. I understand. I'll go there and solve it, I remarked Goku. Wait, you don't understand, I replied Kaio-sama. What's going on? I would ask Goku confused. That souls escape from hell, although it is not something very easy to do, is the most understandable of that desire. But that they escape from their prisons and stay wandering in hell is something very suspicious, I growled Kaio-sama. If you have the memories of the previous god of death, you should have it present. That means they are planning something. Thank you very much for the warning, I remarked Goku, and I would disappear from there. Wow, this Goku is still a distraction, I said Kaio-sama. Kaio-sama, I growled Goku when he arrived. Kaio-sama would scream terrified. Goku, luckily I'm already dead. If not, you would have killed me with a heart attack, I said furious Kaio-sama. That's what I came for, I added Goku with laughter. Goku would stretch his hand towards Kaio-sama. The halo above his head would disappear. What? I'm alive? I continued surprised Kaio-sama. Well, now that I'm a god of death, I control life and death, I continued Goku. Remember that you are dead because of me, so I paid you the favor I owed you. Great. I don't know how much I appreciate it, I shouted, happy Kaio-sama. By the way, don't you forget something. Yes, it's true. Bubblies and Gregory would join. They were also dead. Guys, I will also revive you, I muttered Goku in a gentle way.
Goku would carry out the same process with both and revive them. Very well, my debt is paid, I muttered Goku, and I would retire from there. Goku would go to visit Enma Deo-sama. I wanted to talk to him. Hello, Enma, I replied Goku when he arrived. What do you want? I'm busy, I added Enma Deo-sama. Hey, have more respect. You're talking to the god of death, I said Goku. Yes, I know. I'm always aware of everything that happens in heaven and hell, I commented Enma Deo-sama. Well, if you know everything, who attacked Takeo? I would ask Goku. I don't know, I commented Enma Deo-sama. Goku would get upset. A gust of wind would shake the temple from beyond. Some of Enma Deo-sama's papers would fly out. Don't overdo it. You said you knew everything, I replied Goku. Hey, be careful, I said Enma Deo-sama. You're supposed to have Takeo's memories. Look at his memories. The person who attacked Takeo did it from behind. He couldn't see it, I exclaimed Goku. I need answers. Well, find out. My job is to bring souls to heaven or hell. Yours is to be alive and eliminate the souls that escape to the world of the living, I would answer Enma Deo-sama in a bad mood. Whatever, I remarked Goku, and I remarked Dayu. Goku would begin to travel to hell. He was looking for answers. I understand that several beings are wandering here. I imagine the ogres must be in trouble. I added Goku. On Earth, Bulma would realize that the Dragon Balls were not there. It can't be. Someone stole the Dragon Balls, I snapped terrified Bulma. Mom, what's going on? I would ask Trunks, seeing his mother worried. Someone stole the Dragon Balls, I would explain Bulma. Then use the Dragon Balls radar before you ask for a wish, I yelled Trunks. I already tried. Whoever it is, if he didn't use them, he has them locked somewhere where the radar can't detect them, I added Bulma. Bulma would be thoughtful for a moment. She would easily realize what was happening. Vegeta! I responded furious Bulma. Bulma would take a ship and set on a journey in search of Vegeta, since it was more evident that he had stolen them. I can't believe that big idiot took them without even telling me. You'll see when you see him. He will know what he awaits, I remarked furious Bulma. Vegeta was meditating. He had the Dragon Balls hidden in a box that protected them from being detected by any radar. It was already getting dark, but he still didn't decide what wish to ask. I took the Dragon Balls to take revenge on Kakarot. But where is my pride if I use magical powers to fulfill my ambitions? I would ask Vegeta. Although I would have to be the god of death, I'm not sure how right it is to ask for a wish to change my position with Goku. Bulma would manage to find Vegeta. There you are, big idiot, I exclaimed Bulma while landing the ship. Damn, the Mad One has arrived, I replied Vegeta in a bad mood. Vegeta, what are you supposed to do? But Vegeta would completely ignore her. Hey, I'm talking to you. You can't be so rude with your own wife. Go away. I'm busy, I exclaimed, Vegeta. I'm not going anywhere without you telling me what's going on, I growled Bulma. That now you are a god of death does not give you the right to take the Dragon Balls without my permission, you understand? I am not a god of death, I declared Vegeta. Wait, but if you are not, how did everything work out? I would ask Bulma. Kakarot was chosen as the god of death, I exclaimed. Vegeta, what? No, it can't be possible. I thought the position was for you, I remarked Bulma something sad. She was putting herself in Vegeta's place. Shut up, I don't need your pity, Vegeta would scream out loud. Vegeta, I yelled Bulma, trying to understand him. Bulma would sit next to Vegeta. She would remain silent for a few minutes. Do you have a plan to use the Dragon Balls? I would ask Bulma. No, I still don't know what to do with them, Vegeta would answer more calmly. He seemed to calm down little by little.
Well, it doesn't matter. Ask what you ask, I will support you, Bulma smiled. Meanwhile, Goku traveled to Hell in search of the souls that were free. He would find several members of Frieza's army, causing chaos. It can't be. If it's not Frieza, it's his army, I said Goku in a bad mood. Frieza's men would see Goku. They would be terrified of his presence. That's the guy who defeated Frieza, I yelled one of the soldiers when he recognized him. Hey, can you explain what you're doing? I would ask Goku in a bad mood. Attack! We're already dead. He can't do anything to us, I responded another soldier. All the soldiers would throw themselves at Goku at the same time, but none of his attacks would do him the slightest damage. Stop trying. You just make me angrier with you, I commented Goku, seriously, but the soldiers didn't stop. Goku with a ki blast would drive away each of Frieza's soldiers. They would all fall to the ground, but they would throw themselves at him again. Normally, he would avoid hurting them, but they escaped from their prisons, and surely they have something to do with Takeo's death, I muttered Goku. Goku would release an energy soul that, at the moment of making contact with each of Frieza's soldiers, would completely destroy them. Not even their souls were left. So everything will be in order, I continued Goku seriously. Suddenly, Goku would be hit in the back, and he would fall to the ground instantly. Damn, someone attacked me by surprise, I remarked Goku. Goku would stand up. The blow had been strong. He would still hurt his back. Where are you? I would ask Goku when he put on guard, but he couldn't feel anyone's presence. Damn, I know someone is here, but I can't feel anything, I snapped Goku. An arm would come out of his stomach. Someone had attacked him from behind. Damn, I muttered Goku, terrified. He would be shaking while his sight was clouded. Apparently now there was nothing that the Saiyan could do to get out of it alive. Goku had been seriously injured. He could see the hand in his stomach. Goku would hold the wrist to not lose the attacker. He could only realize that it was a red hand. Don't go anywhere, I declared Goku after coughing blood. The hand would come out anyway. Goku would fall on his knees. He was agonizing. Goku would take his fingers to his forehead and would change position with the teleportation just in time. A giant arm had infected on the ground just in the area where Goku was. Where did the arm come from? Goku would wonder. Goku would notice that the arm was born from a small portal. The arm would go up and the portal would close. Now I understand why I don't feel your kick, Goku would think. Goku would watch everywhere. He didn't see anyone. Damn, this wound is fatal, Goku continued. Goku would lose a lot of blood, but he would take courage not to let himself be defeated. Goku would take his hands to the wound. After concentrating energy on it, he would close the hole. Even so, he was in terrible condition. At least I stopped bleeding. But I need to heal this wound in the best way, Goku noted. A portal would open behind Goku. The red hand would come out again, but with a prepared ki ball. The ki ball would come out to say goodbye directly to Goku, but he would dodge it just in time. Although in the sudden movement, he would feel a strong stab in the area of the wound. There you are, Goku responded to throw a ki beam at the hand, but it would hide in the portal. I have to get out of here, Goku declared. Goku would use teleportation to the planet of Kaio-sama. Goku, are you okay? Kaio-sama would ask. To be honest, I'm not okay at all, Goku yelled. Goku would fall to the ground. He would lose consciousness. Hours later, Goku would finally wake up. What happened? Goku would ask. I have healed your wounds, Kaio-sama replied. You arrived at the right time. You lost a lot of blood. If it was because you closed the wound, you would have died. Wow, I appreciate it, Goku yelled. If I didn't have the Takeo memories, I wouldn't have been able to close it. If I had received the blow being immortal, I would be dead. Goku, you will have to open your eyes. Hell is even worse than before, and I haven't been able to see who the cause is, Kaio-sama replied. I managed to see it, Goku replied. Seriously? Kaio-sama would ask. Yes, well, more or less, Goku commented. I managed to see a red hand and a giant arm. He moved his limbs through portals, so I couldn't feel his presence. Red hand? That sounds very strange, Kaio-sama answered confused. After a few seconds, Kaio-sama would be terrified. Red hand, Kaio-sama remarked. Yes, a red hand. What about that? Goku would ask. And you said you had a stretched arm, Kaio-sama continued. Do you know who it is? Goku would ask. I hope I'm wrong, but if my suspicions are true, it's the demon Yanemba, Kaio-sama continued, terrified. Yanemba? Yanemba is a demon created from the accumulation of evil souls. It has the knowledge of millions of beings. That is done by, among other things, a great martial artist, Kaio-sama explained. Now stop wasting time and look for the Kaioshin. Yanemba is a threat. His existence distorts space and time and cancels the presence of a god of death. How does he cancel my presence? Goku would ask, terrified. It means that if Yanemba returns, that there is a god of death and he will be in vain. Yanemba causes the living to be dead and the dead to be alive at the same time, Kaio-sama noted. Okay, I'll go with the Kaioshin and I will take care of it, Goku replied. Goku would go out to teleportation and would reach the planet of the Kaioshin. Mr. Goku, we are aware of everything, the Kaioshin commented. We heard the conversation and we know that it can be Yanemba. I have to find Yanemba and eliminate him, Goku noted. Mr. Goku, it's not that easy, the Kaioshin continued. Yanemba is a demonic being. His existence is not based on this plane. He does not belong to the world of the living and the dead. That is why demons are not killed, but sealed, Kibito shouted. We believe that his seal has weakened, and that is why he projects his limbs through portals. A small portal would open behind the Kaioshin. When leaving, a hand with a key ball pointed straight at the Kaioshin.
Goku would notice the time. Be careful, Goku remarked when covering Kaioshin. Goku would place himself in front of the Kaioshin. He would receive the ball of ki by crossing his arms. Even so, despite covering himself, he would come out far. Damn, it's very strong, Goku answered when noticing how his arms released smoke. Kaioshin, be careful, Kibito answered. Another portal would be created behind Kibito. The hand would go through his chest. Kibito! The terrified Kaioshin yelled. Goku would cut the arm with the edge of his hand. The hand would be loose, but it still had its own will. The portal would close, but the hand would shoot balls of ki everywhere. Goku would take the hand out of Kibito's interior, throw it to the ground, and disintegrate it with a ki attack. Kibito, are you okay? The terrified Kaioshin would ask. Let me help you, Goku growled when approaching Kibito. Goku would try to close Kibito's wound, but he would realize that it was too late. He's dead, Goku shouted seriously. I can't believe it. We have to do something to stop him, Kaioshin growled. Goku would take Kaioshin by the arm. With the teleportation, he would reach the planet of Beerus. Mr. Goku, is something happening? Beerus would ask. Where is Beerus? Goku would ask. Sleeping nap, Beerus responded. Wake him up right now. Your life is in danger, Goku replied, alert. Goku and the others would go to wake Beerus up, although it would not be an easy task. After several attempts, the god of destruction would open his eyes. What are you doing interrupting the dream of a god of destruction? Beerus added in a threatening way. Beerus, stop fooling around. Your life is in danger, Goku shouted in a bad mood. What are you talking about? Beerus would ask in a bad mood. Does anyone want to kill Kaioshin? Beerus responded. And it seems that it is the demon Janemba. Janemba? Beerus declared, terrified. How is it possible? It is supposed that he had been carved into oblivion. Well, it turns out that wherever he is creating portals that allow him to attack, Goku shouted. They are small portals where he only takes out his limbs, but he almost managed to kill me with a fatal wound and managed to assassinate Kibito. I think it is more than clear that we must guard Kaioshin if he wants to conserve life, Beerus exclaimed. Damn it, Janemba is an alpha-type demon. He cannot be destroyed with Hakai energy, Beerus commented. I'm sure it was Janemba who killed Tekio, Goku remarked. His presence annuls the god of death. If he manages to escape, everything will be lost. There is one thing he can do, and I think more than one will benefit. On Earth, Vegeta had just arrived at the Capsule Corporation. Bulma was with him. Vegeta, make the decision you make, I will agree with you, Bulma yelled. Let's better keep the Dragon Spheres, it was a stupid idea, Vegeta muttered seriously. Suddenly, the fog would begin to appear again, but this time thinner than the first time. What the hell, Bulma said. The grass would begin to wither slowly. Is Kakarot dead? Vegeta would ask. It can't be Goku, you can't be defeated like nothing, Bulma remarked. Bulma would try to communicate with Jocko, but she would not succeed. Damn good-for-nothing does not answer, Bulma furiously noted. Janemba was in some part of hell. He had just managed to get out of his seal that kept him in prison for so many years. At last, after an eternity, I managed to escape. Janemba growled to free himself. Hell would begin to crumble little by little, only by the presence of Janemba that altered the balance. Janemba materialized a sword. He would throw a punch into the air, creating a portal. As it passed through it, he would reach some part of space. Conquest is the plan of the living, Janemba said. I have to find Goku once and for all to manage to assassinate him and make me with the universe. On Earth, Goku and Will would reach the Capsule Corporation. The Kaioshin had remained in Beerus's protection as a security measure, since if he died, Beerus would inevitably do it. Vegeta, I finally find you, Goku continued. Kakarot, Vegeta would ask, confused. I thought you were dead. Everything is decaying like when they killed the god of the previous death. There are many things to explain to you. I don't have time, Goku added. I need to ask you a huge favor that only you can do. Don't do anything if you don't explain me what is going on, Vegeta exclaimed. A demon that was sealed a long time ago escaped. His presence counteracts that of the god of death as if there were no one. Whis growled with simplicity. Well, it was easier to explain than I thought, Goku growled with laughter. Goku, then all beings will disappear, even if you are the god of death? Bulma would ask worried. No, I have an idea, Goku declared. I need the Dragon Spheres. How good we have them together, Bulma added. Janemba would arrive on Earth. Our friends would not take long to feel his presence. It can't be, he came this far, Goku continued. There is no doubt, I have never seen it, but that dark presence cannot be from another person. It has to be from Janemba. Mr. Goku, make time for the plan to work, we said. Goku would use teleportation. He would reach the location of Janemba. Hey, you must be Janembo, Goku noted, until Janemba interrupts him by holding him by the face. Is fast, Goku thinks. Janemba would stretch his arm, he would begin to drag Goku to the ground. I don't waste time with presentations. I came to exterminate you, Janemba shouted. Goku would transform into Super Saiyan Blue, unleashing all his power. Now you will see, Goku muttered seriously. Goku would throw this Janemba. He would arrive with a punch in his stomach. Janemba would be hunched over, and is when Goku takes advantage and would begin to hit him over and over again. In a moment, Janemba would be completely dematerialized. Did I kill him? Goku asked. Suddenly, Goku would receive a kick in his nape from behind that would throw him away. Baku, Kaiosama would call in his mind. Don't be stupid, Janemba can distort space. Damn, Goku replied. You have to be more careful. It's as if your enemy was everywhere at the same time, Kaioshin warned. Janemba would throw himself at Goku. He would begin to attack him with his sword. Goku would move from side to side to dodge his attacks, but he hardly could counterattack given Janemba's great speed. It's fast. I'm not fighting against a normal person, Goku declared.
Goku would manage to find an opening in Janemba's guard. He would hit his face hard. Suddenly, Janemba's head would turn 180 degrees. Damn, Goku continued by the impression. Janemba would turn his head again as if nothing had happened. You are a very funny guy, Janemba continued. Janemba would scream, raising his ki. A great aura of demonic energy would manifest around her. Damn! What do you expect to use the dragon spheres? Goku asked. Bulma was desperate looking for a dragon sphere since she only had 6. It can't be that you lost a dragon sphere. You are very distracted, Vegeta said, furious. If you hadn't stolen them, this wouldn't have happened, Bulma exclaimed. It will be better if they hurry, Whis warned. That demon is much stronger than Goku. If he continues like this, Goku will eventually die. Vegeta would be on his knees. Bulma would feel dizzy. Wow, Janemba's presence is getting stronger. Whis replied, somewhat worried.
Goku would have problems resisting the fight. Janemba was a friend out of his imagination. Little by little, Janemba would harshly punish Goku. The trees would lose their leaves little by little. The insects would die. All life was being lost, while in the beyond, everything was chaos. The dead would escape again to the world of the living, while Bulma kept looking for the dragon sphere desperately. Here is the radar, Vegeta replied when he found it. Oh my God, why did you leave it so far? Furious Bulma would ask. Shut up, you have to find the dragon sphere as soon as possible, Vegeta added. Wow, they are making me nervous with so much fuss, Whis growled. Whis would hit the ground with his staff. The dragon sphere would look at him. Whis, why didn't you say before that you could do that? Bulma would ask. They never asked me, Whis yelled. Remember that I am an impartial being. Bulma, there is no time. Make a wish while I go with Kakarot, Vegeta exclaimed as he raised his ki to fly away. Vegeta would go on a trip to support Goku, although he felt quite tired by the presence of Janemba. Very well, we must not waste time, Bulma commented. Bulma would go outside. He would summon the Dragon God when he arrived with the Dragon Spheres. Vegeta would arrive with a kick on Janemba, but it would not do him the slightest damage. Vegeta, how long does it take? Goku would ask, who looked quite wounded. Shut up, Vegeta muttered. Vegeta would transform into Super Saiyan, since he did not have the strength to transform into Super Saiyan Blue. Vegeta would throw himself with everything towards Janemba. He would hit him with everything on his chest, but his blows would not be effective at all. Janemba would begin to laugh, since he knew that Vegeta was just wasting time. Get out, Janemba remarked when he hit Vegeta and throw him away. Vegeta would be fired away, losing his transformation. Vegeta, Goku snapped when he threw himself at Janemba. Goku would attack Janemba, but the demon would hold him by the neck. Janemba would make his arm grow enormously, lift Goku several meters, and then make him hit the ground. Goku was trying to free himself, but Janemba's strength was too much. At one point, a team of people lost Janemba's arm, freeing Goku. It was Vegeta who had saved him with the strength he had left. Bastard! I'm not done with you yet, Vegeta shouted, agitated. The sky would darken completely. Janemba did not understand what was happening. Since when does it get dark so fast? Janemba would ask. That's it. They did it, Goku answered, relieved. Bulma was ready to make her wish to the god of death. Bulma declared, I'm sorry, I can't make that wish. You'll have to ask for something else, Senjlan yelled. But why can't you? Terrified Bulma would ask. My powers are not enough to create a god, even less to one of high hierarchy like a god of death. You'll have to ask for something else, Senjlan would explain. Bulma would fall on her knees. She felt that everything was over. It can't be. The dragon spheres didn't work at all, Bulma answered as she began to cry. Meanwhile, Whis was with his vessel in communication with the Kaioshin. "Well, how's that going?" Whis would ask. "We have already gathered all the dragon spheres," said the Kaioshin. "Wait, what?" Bulma remarked. "What the hell is going on?" Since they couldn't find the dragon spheres, I talked to the Kaioshin about their plans. I asked him to go to planet Namek and look for the dragon spheres there, said Whis. "Whis, you're great," Bulma replied. "Also, we talked to the Patriarch. With some of my help, he modified the dragon god so that he could turn Vegeta into a god of death," the Kaioshin would explain. Purunga had finally been summoned by the Kaioshin. Goku and Vegeta were being tortured by Janemba. They were about to be finished. "I wish Vegeta becomes a god of death," said the Kaioshin. "That wish is very easy. I can fulfill it," said Purunga. Janemba would hold Vegeta by the neck, lift him to the top of the sky, and try to hit him against the ground. At that moment, Vegeta would feel something different in him. "They did it," said Vegeta. Vegeta would transform into his Jin Blue Poseidon, would manage to get rid of Janemba. "It can't be," said furious Janemba. Vegeta was still hurt, but he could feel his new power. "So that is done. To be a god of death," said Vegeta as he watched his hands. "Goku, let's do the fusion," said Goku. "Kakarot, as much as you want, we are very tired to do it," said Vegeta. "It is not possible that there are two gods of death. That is illogical," said Janemba, furious at exploding his ki. The trees would return to normal. The fog would disappear from the earth. Now that there are two gods of death, it was enough for Janemba not to cause chaos with his presence. "I guess we'll have to fight like this," said Goku. Whis was watching the fight with Bulma. "Miss Bulma, how about you ask for your wish?" Whis smiled at Bulma. "Ask for your wish. I'm still here," said God Dragon. "I wish Goku and Vegeta recover their energies," said Bulma. "That wish is very easy to fulfill," said Senjlan. Senjlan would fulfill Bulma's wish and leave. The sky would clear again, Goku and Vegeta would feel like new. "My forces returned," said Goku, amazed. "Mine too," said Vegeta. "No matter what you do, you can't defeat me," said Janemba. Goku and Vegeta would raise their ki to the maximum. They were ready to resume the fight. Janemba would throw himself at them. Both would attack him with everything, although Janemba had more difficulties to sustain a fight against both. Goku and Vegeta still did not reach their level. "We have to merge," said Goku. "You say it as if it were easy," said Vegeta. "But this guy won't let us do it, just like that." Janemba would create a great energy sphere. He would rise with it to the top of the sky. The sphere was bigger than himself. "What is he planning to do?" Goku would ask. "He's going to destroy the Earth," said Vegeta, terrified. "Take this!" Janemba would throw the energy ball. Goku and Vegeta could dodge it, but by doing so, it would imply the destruction of the planet. Goku would join his hands to create a Kamehameha, while Vegeta would attack with a final flash. Both would attack the energy sphere with everything, but it was too much. They barely managed to slow down their speed. "Vegeta, we're not going to make it at this rate," said Goku. "Then give more of us," said Vegeta. Goku and Vegeta would force their ki even more. Each one would increase the power of their attack. "What the hell?" said Janemba. The energy sphere would slow down their speed, to the point of stopping a short distance from our friends. In a moment, the sphere would explode, releasing a lot of energy. The explosion would throw Goku and Vegeta far away, and it would devastate a large part of the area. From the Capsule Corporation, you could feel a great tremor. "It can't be. An earthquake," said Bulma when losing her balance. "At this rate, even if they manage to beat Janemba, the Earth will suffer an irreparable damage if they don't destroy it first," said Whis.
"You can't be serious," said Bulma, terrified. Those two have surpassed the same god of destruction, and we're talking about a demon that not even the gods would want to face, said Whis seriously. It can't be. It was all in vain, said Bulma, taking her hands to her head. After culminating the explosion and lowering the dust, Goku and Vegeta would not see Janemba anywhere. Vegeta, it's our chance, said Goku. Agreed, said Vegeta. Goku and Vegeta would begin to perform the fusion dance, but before they could finish it, a ball of ice between them would interrupt them. What the hell are they planning to do? Said furious Janemba. Damn it! We were at nothing, said Goku. The ground beneath them would crack. Puddles of lava would be expelled into the sky. How dare you? Asked Vegeta. Our fight is affecting the earth. It was something to be expected, said Goku. Janemba would throw himself at Goku and Vegeta. Vegeta would put himself on guard, but Goku would hold him by the wrist. What are you doing? Asked Vegeta, disconcerted. Just trust, said Goku. Goku would use his teleportation, reaching Janemba's swords. Janemba would hold Vegeta by the neck, and at that moment, Goku would use his teleportation again, but this time he would go to hell. What are we doing here? Asked Janemba. I thought we could fight here at ease, smiled Goku. Vegeta would get rid of Janemba. Good, now we can fight without holding back, said Vegeta. Vegeta, we never held back, said Goku. Dumbass, our enemy didn't have to know that, said Vegeta furious. Janemba would start laughing non-stop. The only thing they can do is gain a few minutes of life, said Janemba. Vegeta would throw a ray of light at Janemba, but this would disappear and dematerialize. How do you do that? Asked Vegeta. Janemba can distort space, said Goku. Good time to tell me, said Vegeta. Goku and Vegeta would look for Janemba everywhere, but they wouldn't find him. Let's do it, said Goku. Goku and Vegeta would begin to take the steps for the fusion, but just before touching their fingers, they would realize that they were a meter away from each other. Cockroach, don't get away, said Vegeta, furious. I didn't get away, you got away, said Goku, upset. Goku, Vegeta, said Kaio-sama inside the minds of both. Janemba would appear in the middle of both, stretch out his hands, and throw a ray of light at each one. Goku and Vegeta would get a little far away. What were you going to do? Asked Janemba. Goku, Vegeta, Janemba filled the space between you by increasing its distance. You have to fly it if you want to do the fusion. Damn it, we'll never be able to do it like this, said Vegeta. Janemba would run to Goku. Goku would put himself on guard, but before reaching him, Janemba would dematerialize. Where did he go? Asked Goku. Janemba would appear behind Vegeta and hit him hard on the back. Vegeta, called Goku, worried. Goku would try to help Vegeta, but Janemba would stand in front of Goku and kick him hard in the stomach. While Goku had the guard down, Janemba would hold Goku's neck hard. I'll kill you, said Janemba. A T-Key ball would fall on Janemba, forcing him to release Goku. You'd better calm down, said Beerus. Beerus, said Goku. Quick, do the fusion. I'll distract him, said Beerus. Vegeta, it's our chance, said Goku. I won't let you, said furious Janemba. Janemba would go straight to Goku, but Beerus would stand in the middle. Beerus would throw a ki beam towards Janemba, but this would create a gate in front of him. The ki beam would return Beerus from another direction, damaging his gravity shoulder. Beerus would hug Janemba. He was willing to stop everything. Goku and Vegeta would be able to perform the fusion thanks to that time Beerus gave them. Janemba would hit Beerus's head, leaving him unconscious. They did it,
said furious Janemba. "Now you face Gogeta, the supreme god of death," said Gogeta when transforming into Super Saiyan Blue. "You can't beat me," said Janemba when throwing himself at Gogeta. Janemba would attack with all his strength, but his attacks would be useless. "You're too weak for me," said Gogeta. Gogeta would hit Janemba's stomach. He would pierce his stomach from side to side. Then, with an explosion from the inside, Janemba would be seriously injured. Half of Janemba's body was what was left, but even so, he would recover instantly. Then, Janemba would start laughing. "Why are you laughing so much?" asked Gogeta seriously. "You don't understand. Doing the fusion was what I wanted," said Janemba. "Now you fell into my trap." Janemba would start laughing in an evil way. What could happen now that Janemba will face Gogeta? Will Gogeta be able to defeat the demon? And also, what does Janemba mean by saying that he wanted Goku and Vegeta to fuse? We'll know all that in the next part of this theory. This video has to reach 150 likes, many comments, and subscribe for more theories. See you in the next part.